life hits hard, you know. It's like every damn step forward, there's 10 more pulling you back. I've seen the darkest pits, been dragged through the mud, betrayed by those I thought were friends, and worse, betrayed myself. Yeah, I did wrong. I messed up big time. Hurt those close to me, shattered trust, left wounds that might never heal. I look at my hands, and all I see is the blood of my mistakes. It's like this darkness inside me it consumes everything. Makes me feel like I'm drowning, like I'm trapped in this never-ending nightmare. But even in this abyss, there's a tiny spark, a glimmer of hope that refuses to die. It's faint, almost invisible, but it's there. And that's what keeps me going. They say we gotta be optimistic, right? Trust in ourselves, trust in God. Even when the world's tearing itself apart, it's hard, man, it's real hard. The pain, the suffering, it gets to you. Makes you question everything. Why keep fighting? Why keep pushing forward when it feels like there's no end to the misery? But that's the thing about life. It's all about those details, those little moments that make it all worthwhile. The sunrise after a stormy night, the laughter in between tears, the love that persists despite the hurt. We live for those moments, for the chance to breathe and feel alive, even if it's just for a second. I know I've let people down. The weight of their disappointment crushes me. I see their faces, hear their voices, and it breaks me inside. I want to scream, to tear this heart out and show them how sorry I am. Sorry for the pain, sorry for the broken promises, sorry for being less than what they deserved. But apologies only go so far. Words can't mend what's been shattered. It takes action. It takes change. And that's what I'm here for. To face this darkness head on. To walk through the fire and come out the other side, scarred but stronger. To prove that even in the depths of despair, there's a way out. We gotta trust in ourselves, believe that we can make it through. It ain't easy. The world's a brutal place, full of chaos and pain. But we have to work with pure intention, fight with everything we've got. And yeah, we'll stumble, we'll fall, but we get back up every damn time. Because that's what warriors do. But it's so damn hard sometimes, you know. When you're sitting in the dark, tears streaming down your face, and all you can feel is this crushing weight on your chest. You try to breathe, but it's like the air is thick with sorrow and regret. Every memory is a stab to the heart. Every thought, a reminder of the pain you've caused and the trust you've broken. It's like drowning in a sea of your own mistakes. And no matter how hard you struggle, you can't find the surface. But even then, in those darkest moments, there's this tiny voice inside whispering that it's not the end, that you can still turn things around. It's barely audible, often drowned out by the noise of your own despair, but it's there, and that's what you have to hold on to, that tiny, fragile glimmer of hope. I remember the faces of those I've hurt, their eyes filled with pain and betrayal. It haunts me, keeps me awake at night. I want to go back, change the past, undo the harm I've done, but life doesn't work that way. There's no reset button, no second chances to make a first impression. All I can do is move forward, one painful step at a time, and try to make amends where I can. It's a long, hard road, filled with obstacles and setbacks, but it's the only way. We can't change the past, but we can shape the future. And maybe, just maybe, by living with integrity and purpose, we can heal some of the wounds we've inflicted. And then there are the days when it all feels pointless, when you're so consumed by guilt and sorrow that you can't see any way out. You're trapped in this dark tunnel, and no matter how hard you look, there's no light at the end. It's in those moments that you have to dig deep, find that inner strength that you didn't even know you had. It's about holding on to faith, trusting that there's a plan. Even if you can't see it, it's about putting one foot in front of the other, even when every step feels like it's breaking you. Because as long as you keep moving, you're still alive, still fighting, and that means there's still hope. I've seen the worst of myself, and it's a terrifying sight, but I've also seen what I'm capable of when I choose to fight, to rise above my mistakes. It's not easy, and it never will be. The road to redemption is paved with tears and sweat and blood, but it's a road worth traveling, because at the end of it, there's a chance for something better, a chance to make things right, to be the person I want to be. It's a journey of 1,000 miles, and it starts with a single step. So here I am, standing at the edge ready to take that step. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. For myself, for those I've hurt, for everyone who believes in me, this is my fight, and I'm not backing down, not now, not ever. I've seen hell, and I've come back from it. I've faced my demons, and I'm still standing. Barely, but I'm here. And if I can do it, so can you. We all have that strength inside us, that fire that refuses to be extinguished. It's what keeps us alive, what drives us forward, even when the world's falling apart. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry for the mistakes. Sorry for the hurt. But I'm also grateful. Grateful for the lessons, for the strength I've found in the darkness. Because without the pain, without the struggle, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't have the fire to keep fighting, to keep believing in something better. Life's a twisted, messed up journey. It's full of pain and suffering, but it's also full of beauty and hope. And We have to hold on to that, cling to it with everything we've got. Because in the end, that's what makes it all worthwhile. The hope, the belief that no matter how dark it gets, there's always a way out. So stand with me, fight with me. Let's face this darkness together and come out the other side stronger. We owe it to ourselves, to those we've hurt, to those who believe in us. Let's make it real. Let's make it hard. And let's make it through together.
I've had enough. Enough of this endless cycle of pain, of fighting for something that seems so damn elusive. I've been through hell and back, lost count of the scars etched into my skin and soul. Each one tells a story, a chapter of suffering, of struggle, of moments where I thought I'd break. But here I am, still standing. And you know what? There's always hope, even in the darkest of times. Yeah, I know it sounds like bullshit. I can see you rolling your eyes, thinking I'm just spouting cliches. But listen to me. Really listen. I've seen more than my fair share of darkness. I've faced demons, both real and metaphorical. I've buried friends, loved ones, and parts of myself I can never get back. I've been at the edge, looked into the abyss, felt it staring right back at me. But every damn time something pulled me back. Hope, not the bright, shiny kind they sell you in stories, but a gritty, stubborn flicker that refuses to die. It's the hope that comes from knowing the depths of despair, from understanding that no matter how bad it gets, there's always a way forward. Step 1. Acknowledge the pain. Don't hide from it. Don't bury it. Face it head on. Cry if you need to. Scream. Rage. Feel every ounce of it. It's the only way to move through it. Pretending it ain't there just lets it fester, turns it into a poison that eats you from the inside out. Look at me. Tears streaming down my face. I'm not ashamed. These tears are my strength, not my weakness. They show I'm still human, still fighting. Step 2. Find your anchor. That one thing, no matter how small, that keeps you grounded. For me, it was the memory of a promise, a vow to keep fighting, no matter what. Find yours. Hold onto it like a lifeline. It could be anything. A person, a dream, a purpose. Whatever it is, let it be your guide through the storm. Step 3. Accept that you are not alone. Even when it feels like the world's turned its back on you, there are others out there, fighting their own battles. Reach out, connect, share your pain, your fears, your hopes. There's power in solidarity, in knowing you're part of something bigger. Don't let pride or shame keep you isolated. It's okay to need help. It's okay to lean on others. Step 4. Keep moving, one step at a time. Sometimes it'll feel like you're wading through quicksand, every movement a struggle. But keep going, even if it's just an inch, it's progress. Don't get caught up in how far you have to go. Focus on the step right in front of you. The journey is long, and it's brutal. but every step forward is a victory. Celebrate those small wins. Step 5. Believe in the possibility of change. No matter how entrenched the darkness seems, things can get better. It won't happen overnight. It'll take time, effort, and a hell of a lot of resilience. But it can happen. I've seen it. I've lived it. From the deepest pits of despair, I've climbed, clawed my way back to the light. And if I can do it, so can you. Let me tell you a story. There was a time not so long ago when I was ready to give up. I had lost everything that mattered to me. My home, my family, my purpose. I was broken, a shell of the person I used to be. The nights were the worst, the silence deafening, the darkness suffocating. I felt like I was drowning in my own sorrow, no lifeline in sight. But then, in the depths of that darkness, I found a spark, a memory of a promise I had made, to keep fighting, no matter what. It wasn't much, but it was enough. I clung to it, let it guide me. Slowly, painfully, I started to crawl out of that abyss. It wasn't easy. I stumbled, fell, got knocked down more times than I can count, but I kept getting back up. I reached out to others, found strength in their stories, their struggles. We lifted each other up, became a lifeline for one another. I found purpose in helping others, in sharing my journey, my pain, my hope. It gave me the strength to keep going, to keep fighting. Now standing here battered and bruised, I look back and see how far I've come, and I know the fight isn't over. It never really is, but that's okay, because I've learned that the struggle, the pain, it's all part of the journey. It shapes us, makes us stronger, and through it all, hope remains. So, when you feel like you've had enough, when the darkness seems too much to bear, remember this: there's always hope. It's there, even when you can't see it. In the tears you shed, in the battles you fight, in the small victories you achieve. Hold on to it, let it guide you, and never ever give up. I've had enough of the pain, the suffering, the endless fight, but I've also had enough of giving in to despair. I choose hope. I choose to believe that there's a way forward, a way through the darkness. And so can you.
Man, life ain't easy. Never has been, never will be. We live in a world where darkness creeps in every corner, ready to swallow you whole. It's heavy, man. Real heavy. The weight of it all can break you down, make you want to give up, make you feel like there's no point in carrying on. But let me tell you, that's when you gotta dig deep. That's when you gotta find that flicker of hope, even if it's buried under a mountain of despair. I'm a warrior, you know? I fight every damn day, not just against enemies out there, but the ones inside me. The demons that whisper, "You ain't good enough, you can't make it, just quit." I hear them loud and clear, and some days they almost get me. Almost. But then I remember, I ain't here to let them win. I'm here to stand tall, to rise above, to show them that no matter how dark it gets, there's always a way out. Yeah, I've made mistakes. Big ones. Hurt people. Let myself down.
lost sight of what's important. It's easy to drown in regret, to let it consume you. But you know what? Regret is a chain, and if you let it, it'll bind you to the past, keep you from moving forward. You gotta break free. Acknowledge your mistakes, learn from them, but don't let them define you. You ain't your past. You're what you choose to become. Hope, man. It's a fragile thing. Seems like it shatters at the slightest touch. But hope is what keeps us going. It's the light in the dark. The belief that even in the bleakest moments, there's something better out there. And it's not just about blind optimism. It's about trust. Trusting yourself. Trusting the process. Trusting in something greater than yourself. Call it God. Call it fate. Call it whatever you want. But believe that there's a plan. That every struggle, every tear, every heartbreak has a purpose. Life's in the details, man. We get so caught up in the big picture, the end goal, that we forget to live in the moment. We miss the beauty of the little things, the simple joys that make life worth living. A smile from a stranger, the warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of laughter. These are the things that keep us grounded, that remind us there's more to life than pain and suffering. It's hard though, ain't gonna lie. Some days it feels like the world's out to get you, like every step forward is met with 10 steps back. It's frustrating, infuriating, heartbreaking. But that's life. It's a series of challenges, of ups and downs, of victories and defeats. And you gotta face it head on, with grit, with determination, with a fire in your heart that refuses to be extinguished. Intention matters. You gotta move with purpose, with a pure heart. Even when the world around you is corrupt and rotten, you gotta be the light in the dark, the beacon of hope that others can look to. It's a heavy burden, but it's one worth carrying. Because at the end of the day, what matters is how you live, how you treat others, how you make a difference in this messed up world. It's okay to cry, to break down, to feel lost and hopeless. It's okay to let the pain wash over you, to acknowledge it, to sit with it. But don't stay there. Don't let it consume you. Rise up, wipe those tears, and keep moving forward. Because there's always another day, another chance, another opportunity to make things right. I know it sounds cliche, but it's the truth. The darkest hour is just before the dawn. And when that dawn comes, it's a new beginning, a fresh start. So hold on, even when it feels impossible. Hold on, because you're stronger than you think. Because you've got a warrior's spirit, a heart that won't quit, a soul that refuses to be defeated. This is your time to change, to rise above the pain, the regret, the darkness, to live with intention, with hope, with faith, to trust in yourself, in the journey, in the greater plan. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. But you're a warrior, and warriors don't back down. They face the storm, they embrace the struggle, and they come out stronger on the other side. But don't just take my word for it. Look around you, man. There are stories everywhere of people who hit rock bottom and clawed their way back up. They faced hell just like you, And they didn't just survive, they thrived. They found meaning in the suffering, purpose in the pain. It's not just about getting through the darkness. It's about emerging from it with a newfound strength, a deeper understanding, and an unshakable resolve. If they can do it, so can you. You're no different, no less capable, no less deserving of a better life. Believe that. Own it. And let me tell you, it's okay to lean on others. This journey ain't meant to be walked alone. Find your tribe, those who lift you up, who see the fire in you even when you can't. Share your burdens, your fears, your dreams. Let them remind you of your worth, your potential, your light. And be there for them too, because this is a two-way street. Together, you can weather any storm, face any challenge, overcome any obstacle. Alone you might falter, but with the right people by your side, you'll soar. So trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust in the power of connection. This is your time, man. Make it count. So stand tall, my friend. Embrace the darkness, but don't let it define you. Find the light within, the hope that keeps you going, the faith that guides you. Live in the details, cherish the moments, and trust in the journey. Because this is your time to change, to become the person you were always meant to be. And no matter how hard it gets, remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together, fighting our own battles, finding our own way, and together, we'll make it through.
You know what I can't stand? Pathetic people. Whiners. Losers who think the world owes them something just because they exist. People like you. Yeah, you, sitting there with that lost look in your eyes, waiting for someone to come save you. Newsflash, buddy, no one's coming. It's just you and the chaos. So buckle up and listen close, because I'm about to give you a crash course on how to stop being so damn pathetic. First off, let's get one thing straight. Life doesn't give a rat's ass about your feelings. It's a brutal, unrelenting circus, and you're either the ringleader or the clown. Right now, you're the clown. Look at you, all sad and defeated. It's sickening. You want to change? Good. Here's step one. Embrace the madness. Stop fighting it. The world's a mess. Always has been. Always will be. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can start playing the game instead of getting played. Take a look around. You see people who seem to have it all together? They're just better at hiding their crap. Everyone's got demons, skeletons in the closet, fears that keep them up at night. The difference is, they don't let that shit control them. They harness it, use it as fuel. You gotta do the same. Stop being a victim. Own your pain, your mistakes, your failures. Wear them like a badge of honor. They're what make you human. They're what make you strong. Step 2. Get angry. Not the kind of anger that makes you punch walls and break stuff. I'm talking about a cold, calculated rage. The kind that burns slow and steady, that drives you to do whatever it takes to change your situation. Look at the people who screwed you over, the circumstances that put you down, and let it fuel you. Let it remind you that you're not gonna stay down. You're gonna rise, and you're gonna make them regret ever underestimating you. Now let's talk about action. You can sit around all day feeling sorry for yourself, or you can get up and do something about it. Here's step 3. Make a plan. Figure out what you want, and then figure out what it's going to take to get there. Break it down into steps, and then start checking them off, one by one. It's not rocket science. It's grit, determination, and a hell of a lot of hard work. You think anyone who's successful got there by accident? Hell no. They had a vision, they had a plan, and they executed it with ruthless precision. Example time, my favorite. Look at Bruce. Oh, the mighty Batman. You think he woke up one day and decided to be a hero? No, he was a scared little kid who saw his parents get gunned down in an alley. He could have curled up and died. But no. He used that pain, that anger, to transform himself into something more. He trained, he fought, he learned. He took every ounce of fear and turned it into strength. That's what you need to do. Find your motivation, your reason to keep going, and let it drive you to the edge of insanity and beyond. Here's step 4. Cut the dead weight. You know what I mean? Those so-called friends who drag you down, the toxic relationships that poison your mind, the habits that keep you chained to mediocrity. Get rid of them. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be lonely, but it's necessary. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who push you to be better, who won't let you settle for less than you're capable of. And if you can't find them, go it alone. Better to be a lone wolf than a sheep in a herd of fools. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Step 5, face your fears. You want to stop being pathetic? Then stop running from what scares you. Confront it head on. Afraid of failure? Fail 1,000 times until it doesn't scare you anymore. Afraid of rejection? Get rejected over and over until it rolls off your back. Fear is just a state of mind, a construct designed to keep you in your place. Break free of it. Embrace the unknown, the uncertainty, the chaos. That's where real growth happens. Step 6, adapt and evolve. The world is constantly changing, and if you stay stuck in your ways, you're going to get left behind. Be flexible, learn new skills, new ways of thinking, new strategies. Never stop growing, never stop improving. The minute you get comfortable, the minute you think you've got it all figured out, that's when you're most vulnerable. Stay sharp, stay hungry, stay one step ahead. And finally, step 7, believe in yourself. I know, it sounds cliche, but it's the hardest part. You gotta look in the mirror and see the potential, the strength, the power that's been lying dormant. You gotta silence the inner critic, the voice that says you're not good enough, and replace it with one that screams, I can do this, because you can. You're capable of more than you realize, but it starts with you. No one else can give you that belief. You have to find it, nurture it, let it grow until it consumes you. You want more examples? Fine. Look at the villains in this city. The ones who clawed their way to the top, who built empires out of nothing. They didn't do it by playing nice, by following the rules. They did it by being ruthless, by taking what they wanted, by refusing to be victims. I'm not saying you should be a villain, but learn from them. Learn the power of determination, of focus, of relentless pursuit. Apply it to your own life, to your own goals, and watch how quickly things change. Think about the Joker. Yeah, me. I wasn't always this way. I was once just a man, beaten down by the world, pushed to the edge. But I found my strength in the madness, my power in the chaos. I stopped caring about what others thought, stopped trying to fit into a world that didn't want me. I created my own path, my own destiny. And look at me now. I'm feared, respected, a force to be reckoned with. You can do the same. Maybe not as a villain, but as someone who refuses to be broken by this world. Stop being pathetic. The power is in your hands. You can either use it to lift yourself up or let it crush you. Choose wisely, because this world doesn't have mercy for the weak. But if you find your strength, your purpose, your fire, then nothing and no one can stop you. Embrace the madness, because it's in the madness that you'll find your true self, your true power. And once you do, there's no going back. Welcome to the chaos, my friend. Embrace it, master it, and let it set you free.